And this is Moustalevria. Hello. Today I will be making a traditional dessert called Moustalevria. It's Mousto and Alevri. Mousto is the juice that you get immediately after, the grape juice that you get immediately after crushing the grapes and before putting the juice into the barrels to be made into wine. So that's called Mousto. And Alevri is the flour. So when we lived in Korinthos, in Greece, my mom would go down to Notis, the local taverna, where in the summer they would make their own wine. In Korinthos, they have these special grapes where they make these amazing raisins. Oh, I'm salivating. These white raisins, and of course. It's because of these aren't the Greek raisin, the grapes. Of course, in Greece, it's probably the dirt, the climate, the combination of climate, dirt, water, proximity to the sea. And even though many places in Greece they make raisins, it's not the same as the Corinthian raisins. And I remember when I was a little boy, I would go, my parents would buy the raisins, in buckets. And I would go into the kitchen and stuff my pockets with the raisins, and then I would go out to play and eat. Anyway, so my mom would go and buy that mousto to make Moustalevria. And that's what I've started working on right here. I have, these are the white grapes. I bought a combination, about 4.5 pounds of grapes. These are the white grapes right here. And here I've started washing the black grapes. So the darker the grape, the darker the mousto it will become. So if you're using only white grapes, your mousto will be very light. If you use dark grapes, your mousto will be very dark. And if you use a little bit of dark and a little bit of white grapes, your mousto will be brownish. So the other thing that you need this wonderful grape molasses. You can make your own grape molasses. I just don't have the time. It was so much easier to go online and buy this molasses. You can go to Amazon. I looked in the local supermarkets. I couldn't find any. I went to Nature's Pantry, which is a rather esoteric supermarket. They have all kinds of strange things there, and they didn't have it. They did have duck fat, but not grape molasses. So I got it from Amazon. It was $11-12, free shipping, of course. And this lasts for a long time. You can keep it outside. You don't have to refrigerate it. So you need about 50 grams of grape molasses, a quarter of a cup. 50 grams flour, 50 grams corn flour, cinnamon, sesame seeds, and walnuts, chopped walnuts. So what I did, I didn't chop all of the walnuts. I left a few, I left them whole, to use them in the center of the dish for decoration. And of course, the grapes. I bought about 4.5 pounds of grapes. So now what I have to do, after I wash the grapes very well, I'm going to crush them to make the juice. Of course, in Greece, when I used to go to Notis with my mom to buy the mousto, the people, I mean, there were a lot of people there, people bringing the grapes from the fields, storing them, putting them into big vats, and other people bringing the grapes to the area where the men will be in there crushing them with their feet, and then there will be a spigot with all the juice will be coming out. So people will go there, the customers, put a container, a bottle, so a pot, whatever they had, fill it up, and give the noti, the owner, just basically nothing, like 10 cents, and that was the end of it. And it was pure grape juice, and it was very, very sweet. Oh my goodness. So that's what I will do. I'll wash I already washed the black grapes, and now I'm going to bring them here and I'm going to start crushing them. After I finish that, then, because I can only do it in small batches, then I'll do the white grapes. Much easier. Much easier. Much easier. So I will continue the process, and I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes. I have the white grapes ready. Now I'm going to put the white grapes in the mixture. Alright, so I will continue with this process, and I'll continue the video after I feed Raspy, because Raspy's, I don't know if you can hear Raspy meowing. I heard you, Raspy! Stop it. Stop you whining. So I got all the grape juice. Now I'm putting it through this fine strainer to collect all the solids. There's still some solids here that we don't want to have in the final mixture. Whoops. Obviously I used seedless grapes. Next time I will buy only white grapes because I think the white grapes gave more juice. So, of course, in Korinthos, when I lived there, those grapes were, you know, exceptional, and they were great for eating and making wine. So now, from all the juice, I'm gonna reserve some of it to dilute the flour and the corn flour. I'll bring this a little bit closer. You see, I was able to catch some solids here, mostly skin. All right. So now I will reserve some of this juice into this bowl. You know, I should you know exactly how much juice, you know, enough to dilute the solids here. So let's see, here's the flour. I should move the camera. And now the corn flour. And I'm going to use my whisk. Terrible lighting. Maybe I can. Also, at the same time, what I will do, I'm using my trusted Dutch oven. I'm going to start the Dutch oven, and I'm going to bring the mixture to a boil. And as soon as the mixture comes to a boil, I'm going to return the diluted solids. Let's not forget, I didn't make it clear, this grape molasses, it's called also petimezi. And it's basically concentrated must juice, and they, you know, they cook it for a while, to bring it to this consistency, you know. It's like syrupy consistency. And because they use, you know, the grapes have, you know, seed particles, or not seed particles, skin particles. They use ashes from the fireplace. For example, for a 2-liter batch, they use 1 tablespoon of ashes, and that makes the mixture frothy. And you skim the froth, and that's how you get rid of the impurities. But it's so much easier when you buy it. So I used to go to Notis, and I would buy the petimezi, the concentrated juice, and the must. And you bring the must to a boil. You know, you must bring the must to a boil because you need to kill the, you know, you need to stop the fermentation. Otherwise, you know, all bets are off, right? So, because this is how you know, people make wine. So they get the grape juice and they ferment it, and eventually becomes wine. So by bringing it to a boil, though, you kill the fermentation process. Okay, how are we doing here? While it's slowly coming to a boil, I'm going to add the molasses, the petimezi, I mean. That's good. So we'll wait for that. This will take another couple of minutes, and I'll bring you back. The mixture is slowly coming to a boil. I will begin mixing in the diluted flour and corn flour, and I will continue stirring. So you want to continue stirring. You don't want it to sit, you know, idle. Of course, the flour and the corn flour, you know, it's a thickener, right? So now it's liquid, but it will come a little bit like, not like Jello or mayonnaise. It will become like thick, creamy soup. And at the same time, I prepared several of these small dishes, and also a few larger ones like this for the Moustalevria. still soupy. It has gotten much thicker. The mixture will, once you put it in the refrigerator, this will solidify much further than it is now. So I'm just going to stop it now. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to remove the element, the pot, the oven, the Dutch oven from the heating element. Oh yeah. And now what I will do, you know what I will do first though? Just move this here. I will add at the bottom, I'm going to put a little bit of crushed walnuts, just a little bit. And then Moustalevria. Now I will add a sprinkle of walnuts on top. And cinnamon. And as additional garnish, you put a larger piece of walnut in the middle. And there you have it. Moustalevria. This is obviously very hot right now. We're going to let it sit outside, let it cool. I'm going to fill the rest of the jars, the bowls, and I will talk to you later. In here we have the final product with the sesame seeds, walnuts, cinnamon, this is for the chef, this is for the guests. Moustalevria, Moustalevria.